couple of seats to track, ladies and gentlemen. Chikmagalur is one of them. H.D. Thamaiya of the Congress is leading by only 450 votes against C.T. Ravi. And C.T. Ravi, of course, senior leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party, is behind by only 450 votes. That's a seat that could flip, which will be very, very interesting. The Congress potentially could flip another one. And right now, every seat matters. It's that close. There's another seat which would in fact could flip in favor of the Congress. B.S. Nagaraju is ahead of the Congress by just 150 votes. We are now 8th, 9th round of counting. Meanwhile, R.B. Patil of the Congress is ahead of the BJP candidate Sidhu Patil by only 900 votes. So there is still some time left. 116 to 73, 29. So one has flipped back from JDS to Congress. It's close. It's as close as it gets, and it's keeping us occupied, and it's not letting us. 117, one flip from the BJP to the Congress. It's slowing down, as you can tell, because some of the seats are now decided. Some 13, 14, 20, 25,000 votes. Big thumping victory. Let me ask you, Dr. Kagalkar. So you had two major BJP rebels. One, of course, was Jagdish Shettar, who has incidentally been trailing all morning, former Chief Minister. But the other BJP rebel in the constituency of Athani, Lakshman Savadi, he's having a thumping win, sir. He's at 25,000 votes ahead against the BJP candidate. That's one minus for you for sure. Okay, I don't know if you can hear us. So there's one minus for sure. 117 now. Okay, and yes, that's going to go up and down. But in the end, here, ladies and gentlemen, the performance of the JDS is only down -3. Now, no, that does not make a government with the BJP. No, it doesn't make a government even if all the others join in, because the only figure you have to watch out for is now the Congress figure. The BJP ain't making it. The JDS was never going to make it. It's only the question is, does the Congress slip between below 113? 112 is also enough for somebody else to give it a shot. Shekhar, if you are still with us, let me get Gyanendra ji before I get you. Gyanendra ji, I mean, what do we look out? I'm trying to isolate the seats which matter, but what do we look out from here? Where do you think this is going now?
Yeah, so the one fact which is very interesting fact is on the board is basically JDS number. No one is expecting JDS to perform that well, as you were rightly mentioning. They're just 3 down from their last number, and with this kind of a number, it looks like that JDS is going to play an important role, even when the Congress, gets to a working majority to form the government. What seems to be now coming as a clear picture is that obviously there is not a sweeping win for Congress, even if it's able to make the government. And if that's the situation, whether they'll go out for JDS for an external support, because as someone was rightly pointing out, with this kind of like 117 or 118 number and forming the government with that number may not give them a kind of comfort that they were looking for in terms of the stability of the government. And that is why whether they will reach out to JDS for an external support so that it brings some outside stability and kind of an protection for some internal dissatisfaction and therefore desertion. So obviously this election, even post the forming of the government, will be in very interesting to watch out for. And this is where we are, and let's wait for some little more time.
So in Belhongal, as I mentioned, 237 is the lead of the Congress against the BJP. 237 votes, that's it. 7-2 to 117. In Hadagali, the lead is only 450 votes of the BJP to the Congress, of the Congress to the BJP. So that's close. In Chamaraj, as I pointed out, K. Harish Gowda of the Congress is only leading by 322 votes. There are several seats which are currently too close to call, which will probably now go down to the final round of counting, which means we'll have to wait till the very end. And the very end means that either the certificate is given by the returning officer or we wait for the announcement of the Election Commission. So if it is this close, then these 3-4 seats are going to be the difference between the Congress having formed the government and not formed the government. So what is now obvious, ladies and gentlemen, at this stage, when we are well past 11 o'clock now, that the BJP does not have the numbers to form a single party government in Karnataka. That's for sure. The JDS was never going to have the numbers to form a single party government in Karnataka. So now the question is only about the Congress number. The Congress wants to be north of 113. They would have wanted to be at least comfortably past 120. Okay, rest of that 141, 116, all you can ignore all of that. You want to have a stable government for 5 years, you need 120 for sure. You don't want 14, 114, 115. You want 120 for sure. They're right now at 118. So they've gone up 4 in the past 15 minutes to the detriment of the JDS and the BJP. The others have gone up to 7 incidentally. I'm going to try to find out what those the others are. One, we know that Janardhan Reddy, Gali Janardhan Reddy's wife has lost, or she is trailing by a large number, so she is expected to lose. He himself is leading. So Bellary city he is losing, or his wife is losing, but he himself is leading. H.D. Kumaraswamy himself from Channapatna is leading CP Yogeshwar of the BJP only by 1800 votes. It's very surprising. And in Chikanya Kannahalli, K.S. Kiran Kumar of the Congress is only leading by 45 votes. At a late stage, it's really close, but look, the figure of the close figures are turning more in favor of the Congress as we speak. 119 now. Absolutely fascinating result, that is election that is coming our way. Much closer, much more fascinating in that state than perhaps we could have imagined earlier this morning. Okay, still a couple of seats. Well, in Vijayanagar, it's a thumping victory for the Congress. They have trounced the BJP there. The candidate is winning by more than 17,000. He's ahead by. He's going to win that pretty comfortably. Let's look at Shirahatti. The BJP's Dr. Chandru Lamani thumping win against the independent, already leading by 14,000 votes. Rizwan Arshwat in Shivaji Nagar is beating the BJP in a handsome manner. He's already leading by 12,500 votes. In Sindhgiri, a very close battle between the BJP and the Congress. This time to the BJP's favor, but by only 121 votes. So that could flip, or perhaps is the one that is flipping towards the Congress as we speak. Meanwhile, in Sirsi, the Congress has got the advantage over KV Hegde of the BJP just by 400 votes. Very close again battle there. In Sindhanur, the Congress is beating the JDS only by 440 votes. Very close. Close, getting closer, lots of excitement happening. Joyita Basu is still with us. SK Datta joining us. Dr. Datta, what do you make of these numbers? There was one point at about 9:30 after the first round of EVM counting, the Congress had hit that 130 mark. And you would have said, okay, the trend is in their favor. And after that, it's been touch, go, a little bit of improvement right now.
Well, it is a cliffhanger election, no doubt about it. But I would definitely suggest that the Bharatiya Janata Party, both the state leadership as well as the central leadership, needs to introspect as to where did they go wrong and what were the things which went wrong. And perhaps this should be a kind of an eye-opener for Bharatiya Janata Party, not to, not to take things for granted as such. And there are issues which needs to be addressed, issues in relation to, say, for example, price rise, issues in relation to unemployment. These are certain things which the BJP has to address as such, and I think that is something where things did go wrong in Karnataka. Secondly, is like this election is no way a reflection of 2024. The popularity of the Honorable Prime Minister at the pan-India level is not at all diluted by this election. It stands as it is. Congress should not be euphoric about the mandate which it's seemingly
sorry to interrupt you,
in.
sir. Siddaramaiah is speaking out. Let's listen into what he has to say. This is going to be interesting.
ಆ ಥರನೇ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಈಗ. ನಾವು 120ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅದೇ ಥರ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. JDS 25-26 ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಿದ್ದು ಅದೇ ಥರ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ 120 ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಗೆಲ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇನ್ನ 5 ರೌಂಡು 6 ರೌಂಡು 7 ರೌಂಡ್ ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರೌಂಡ್ಗಳಾಗಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ 120ಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸ್ಥಾನಗಳನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸ್ವಂತ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ.
ವರ್ಣದಲ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಲೀಡ್ ಇದೆ.
ವರ್ಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗ 3 ರೌಂಡು 4 ರೌಂಡು ಆಗಿದೆ. 8,000 ಲೀಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಲೀಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು.
ಚಾಮರಾಜನಗರದಲ್ಲೂ ಅಂತಿದೆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಪುಟ್ಟರಂಗ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ
ಪುಟ್ಟರಂಗ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೋಮಣ್ಣವರು 2 ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸೋಲ್ತಾರೆ. ವರ್ಣದಲ್ಲೂ ಸೋಲ್ತಾರೆ, ಚಾಮರಾಜನಗರದಲ್ಲೂ ಸೋಲ್ತಾರೆ.
ಸರ್ ಟೋಟಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ನಾಯಕರು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರ ಅಲೆ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾರಿ ಬಂದ್ರು ಕೂಡ, ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾರಿ ಬಂದ್ರು, ನಡ್ಡಾ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಸಾರಿ ಬಂದ್ರು, ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮತದಾರರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಬೀರಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರು ಬೇಸತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ವಿರುದ್ಧ. ಅವರ ಭ್ರಷ್ಟಾಚಾರ, ಅವರ ದುರಾಡಳಿತ, ಅವರ ಜನವಿರೋಧಿ ನೀತಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಇವರಿಂದ ಜನ ಬೇಸತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಜನ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅದು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಜನ ತೀರ್ಪು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Siddaramaiah pretty confident still, and at 119, yeah, that's your government. With one independent for sure, the Congress that will support the Congress whom they are backing. So that's 120. I think 120. You're pretty sorted. You only need to get 113, but to last 5 years, you would want to get 120. The rest of the figures you can take with a pinch of salt. 141, 15, 150, 160 you can take. The BJP is down 34. At the present point of time, the only figure that matters right now is the one in blue, 119. If it stays where it is, it's a Congress government and we're done. If it falls by 6, 7, now in Haddagali, there are Haddagali, Arsikare, Belhongal, Chamraj, Gadag, Kolar. That's 3 and 6 seats, which is the difference between 113 and 119, where the BJP is currently, where the Congress is leading currently by less than 1,000 votes. In Hadagali is less than 900, in Adisikare is less than 700, in Belhongal is less than 300 votes, in Chamraj is less than 500 votes, in Gadag is less than 600 votes. On the other side, in Jayanagar, in Kumla and Karwar, the BJP is leading by less than 1,000 votes. So that could flip in the other direction. So you can argue that the law of averages generally balances this out. You can make the argument, or maybe not. In Mallur, for example, the BJP is losing by only by 600 votes again. Some of these are closed chapters. For example, in Mangalore, look at this. BJP's Vedavyasa Kamath is beating J.R. Lobo. 22,000 votes he's already ahead. That's a thumping victory. Mangalore has been 1-2-3 by 2-1 in favor of the BJP. So Mangalore city north and south have been won by the Bharatiya Janata Party, or are going to be one thumping victory. Meanwhile, in Mangalore proper, it's the Congress UT Khader Farid who is going to have a thumping win by more than 14,000 votes already. He's leading by. Okay, here's another one where the Congress is leading the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is Muddebehal. The difference is only 930 votes. In Mudigare, the BJP is leading the Congress only by 670 votes. So there are few battles that are still very crucial here that are not yet closed, and they're so close you can't close them, and that's where we are stuck. Shekhar, now anything less than 1,000 votes can't be called done until the last round, and perhaps until the election commission hands over the letter to the candidate. So now honestly we don't know. This is going to go down till about 4 or 5 o'clock now.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be like we've seen, the numbers speak for itself. I think there's also a lot of introspection which the BJP leadership needs to do, the state leadership, in terms of why things have come down to this level. And I think somewhere they took things for granted. They took the voters for granted. And I've said this earlier also on your channel. Modi is like the Sachin Tendulkar for India. If Modi fails, BJP fails. If Modi wins, BJP wins. I think he was the one person who was making things happen for BJP with the roadshows and the mammoth following which he has. But that's not an indicator of what's happened at the state level. I think at the state level, people wanted change, and we can see that happening. But like you said, the numbers can change very quickly because these votes can also make a difference. So if these votes really do make a difference, we will be in it for the long haul.
The numbers can change very quickly in favor of the Congress also.
Absolutely.
So the Congress can get now, as things stand, ladies and gentlemen, the Congress can fall to the 112, 113 mark. So they can definitely lose 6, but they can definitely gain 4. Okay. So the Congress is now range, if you want to look at right now, is 112 to 123. To go beyond 123 in current things stand will require a miracle, because multi-thousand vote swings will be required in the last couple of rounds, which are possible but unlikely. So they can gain 4 or lose 6. Lose 6 means 113. That's a government. Okay. Or mathematically it's a government. Is it a stable government? Maybe not, but mathematically it's a government. Will the BJP jump in? Do you think, Dr. Datta, if it comes down to 113, 114, would there be a temptation, or should the BJP walk away and say, okay, fine, we lost this one, better luck next time?
Well, I guess ethically and morally, BJP should sit in the opposition as a responsible, strong opposition party. But you really don't know. I mean, if it is a cliffhanger election and if it's a photo finish till at the last round as such, and in case if it's a hung assembly, then I do not rule out a post-poll alliance between Janata Dal Secular and Bharatiya Janata Party. But we have to wait till the last round as such. Second is, like as earlier I was saying, that this is under no condition a reflection of what's going to happen in 2024. Congress should not be too euphoric about this.
But why not? Why do you think it's not? Why can't the Congress say, oh, listen, hey, look, we turned Himachal even though it was closed, and we've now turned Karnataka, and the wind is finally within our sails?
No, because Congress doesn't have a pan-India presence. Even in southern India, where does Congress stand in Telangana, or for that matter in Andhra Pradesh? It doesn't have any presence there. Where is the presence of Congress in Orissa? No presence at all. Where is the presence of Congress in Bengal? No presence at all. Assam, it's dismal. Northeast, it's dismal. The UP Municipal Corporation election, the counting which is taking place, BJP is winning with a thumping majority out there. Congress is nowhere in the scene as such.
So there's a larger picture. KJ George, ladies and gentlemen, of the Congress, veteran congressman from Sarvanangar, he is having the biggest victory today. He is ahead by almost 50,000 votes, and he is going to trounce the BJP's Padmanabha Reddy from his constituency. So that's likely to become the biggest win of today. Let me quickly get Joyita Basu in. Joyita Basu, so now we have a range. It's 113 to 123 is a 10 range. That's still a Congress government. Maybe the most stable, not the most stable government, but a government is a government.
Yes, I don't see Congress, frankly, BJP and JDS together. They are not in any position whatsoever to form a government.
Right now the maths doesn't work, so it doesn't matter,
it's
even
not
if you
working,
get the independence.
number one. And apart from that, it's definitely a vote against the BJP. Let's not forget that. Whatever may be the reason, the fact of the matter is that, there could be dissidents, internal dissidents, there could be problems inside. Some maybe strategy-wise they had gone wrong. But the thing is, you see the buzz, even say about 4-5 months back also, the buzz was that BJP may get restricted to 60 seats and the Congress would sweep. Now here, this is not a Congress sweep, as some exit polls.
What would be a sweep? 130 plus would be a sweep.
Yeah, as some exit polls had predicted, definitely
so 130
it
plus
is
would
not.
mean that they've doubled their seats.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is not a bad number. But at the same time, I would like to know how many of these MLAs, what exactly, how many of them are part of the Shiv Kumar camp and how many are of the Siddaramaiah camp? Because the
I'm told that there's a Kharge camp also, and there's MB Patil camp also, and but all political parties have camps.
Yes, but the thing is, you see, in this particular case, the two top people, they do not see eye to eye. Once the microphones are away, once the cameras are off, they start bad-mouthing each other. We all know what the equations. So, the internal Congress politics will be interesting to see.
Speaking of camps, let's get Matthew Anthony into this conversation. He represents the Congress, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Anthony, It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, and the reason we're putting caveats out because this time 5 years ago, people like me were sitting here and announcing a BJP victory, and the BJP was announcing a BJP victory, and a few hours later it fell by 7-8 seats, and it was the largest party, but certainly not a victory. And of course, your alliance formed the government. What happened subsequently, of course, is now a part of history. But at one point at about 9:30, after the first round of EVM counting, the Congress number was at 130 plus. It's now at 119. Now, a win is a win. Are you happy with this figure? Are you a bit nervous?
Rishabh, for the simple reason that we are winning, that's why I've been kept waiting for 20 minutes to come to your screen. If we were losing, then I would have been in the screen more to take difficult questions. Now,
no, I think that's an assumption and presumption on your end, sir. I've been reading out the figures the best I can.
Yeah, let me complete.
I could also argue that had you been losing right now, you would have been crying EVM is foul. But now that you're winning, you're not. So that's not happening either, sir.
Let me complete, Rishabh. Thanks, sir. See, the votes are getting counted. Looking by the trend, we are comfortably forming a government, which is what I have maintained from the last debate which we had 2 days back on the same subject, where Mr. Datta was very vocal about a BJP victory, where I have maintained the tempo and the cool that we will be forming the government, and I still maintain that with the current numbers in flow, we are forming the government. And let me put some numbers to you that out of the 187 constituencies, Congress has voted 40% plus 4 vote, which is a very, very kind of support from the Karnataka people that they are fed up of this government. And the whole credit goes to the national leadership of the Congress party, starting from the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge, as well as former presidents Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Sri Rahul Gandhi, General Secretaries K.C. Venugopal, Priyanka Gandhi, the entire working committee. We worked as a team. D.K. Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah sir, everybody worked as a team. And it shows, and then the local issues were taken into prominence. We promised the people of Karnataka that we will address the local issues and we will provide them relief. We made the promises, we made the commitments. We have made a commitment on the first cabinet meeting of 5 commitments. Okay. So people of Karnataka has realized, that we mean business, we mean integrity to the people of the Karnataka to provide good governance. So that's exactly the teamwork of the Congress which is provided, and this is definitely looking as a warm-up match for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. You agree or not? That's how it is.
Okay, no, I mean, good news is good news. You had good news come your way. A close election, but a win is a win in Himachal. This has been close, but a better performance in Himachal for sure. There are still about, ladies and gentlemen, about 6 seats left, which the Congress is leading, which are less than 1,000 vote leads. And there are 4 seats which the BJP is leading, which are less than 1,000 vote leads. So the Congress potentially can go plus 4 from here, and or it could go -6 from here. That's, still a government. Well, I'll grab that in a bit. There's still a government because 112, 113. Thank you, Dr. Dutt. 112, 113 forms a government. A comfortable government for 5 years, you would want to be beyond 120. Now, who knows? The JDS can come and support you. One independent for sure will support the Congress. The balance 5, 6, we don't know what is going to happen to them. 72, 118, 27. 118 is a government, ladies and gentlemen, and the 72 figure now no longer really matters because the BJP is not going to be the single largest party, nor is it going to be able to form a government on its own accord. So that figure now is academic. The JDS figure still does matter to some extent, but the only figure that matters right now is the Congress figure in blue. If that stays where it is, it's a Congress government, and the rest is academic conversations. If it changes by 4 or 5 in the negative direction, then it becomes very close, and that would be uncomfortable for the Congress. You wouldn't want to be trying to form a government with literally hoping that you can get the speaker elected and that's how you form the majority. But that's not where it is right now. We made it to 11:30, which is pretty long. Last time it went on for longer. Mr. Antony, let me quickly get back you into this conversation, just updating a factual analysis to our viewers on what the situation in terms of the counting is. One seat in Naragund, which the BJP is now leading, but only by 600 votes, has also slipped. So that makes that 5 seats that the BJP is leading. by less than 1,000 votes. So it could cut both ways. Mr. Antony, okay, so you said it's a team effort, everybody gets credit, primary credit goes to the central leadership. Last in line, of course, the local leadership, all have worked together and they won the election.
May I come in?
Was this the BJP's election to lose, sir?
See, this is a loss to the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister and the BJP has very well realized that the local leadership, the 40% Sarkara, has been completely written off by the people of Karnataka. The Prime Minister took a whole week to campaign. So when the people of Karnataka has rejected, then it is a rejection of the Prime Minister because of the price rise, because of the loss of peace in this country, because of so much of other issues, which has been, this government has been failing. Look at the Satyapal Malik's revelation about the Pulwama incident. All those coming into the people's mind, along with the local issues in Karnataka. So I would rather say, I would correct your statement that it is not the central and then last as the local leadership. It is the equal responsibility, equal team effort, equal hard work put in across by the Congress party, central, as well as the local leadership.
All right.
In a collective manner.
Well, Joyita, so how does it play out, right? I mean, last time around, there were 3 elections. So everybody was claiming victory. You had the Aam Aadmi Party simultaneously claiming the biggest victory ever. This time there's one election. There is one party which is in the lead and is now expected to win. We're 12 o'clock. I have to put caveats out there, but it's looking like the Congress is past the halfway mark. In that regard, is it fair enough to say that they can ascribe whatever reasoning to it as possible? It's all of the above that helped them get this.
You see, when Congress is talking about, this is a mandate against the Prime Minister, and also what happened in Gujarat, was that a mandate for BJP or for the Prime Minister? I mean, the thing is that, say for example, what is happening today in UP, for instance, which BJP is sweeping all the local council elections, is that a mandate on the Prime Minister or not the Prime Minister? So it is, I mean, the whole, but at the same time...
No, the counter logic, Joyita, applies here that, yeah, finish your thought.
Yeah, the whole point is, you see, if they go to UP, Congress will disappear from there. So the whole point is, you see, I mean, state-wise elections, they keep vary, and there are ground reports that the same people who have voted for the Congress in this election, they themselves are saying that we may not be going, or we are not going for the Congress. So Assembly and Lok Sabha, they often differ, but the thing is, you see, BJP has a lot of soul searching to do. We all know the problems that have been there in the BJP, and the thing is that at the same time, Congress, if the trend, I think what is going to happen right now is that from whatever the sound bites we are getting from the Congress leaders, they are going to now make it into, this is our stepping stone to 2024 victory.
Yeah, but why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they say, okay, Rajasthan next, Madhya Pradesh next, and we'll have the wind in our sails for 2024.
Yes,
why shouldn't they say that?
Yeah, let them do that. Let them do that. But the thing is that if they actually believe that, then that is the problem.
Why would it be a mistake to get sucked into this?
Believing and saying is different. Any posturing is fine. BJP also is constantly posturing about Karnataka. But if they start believing that we lost because of certain reasons and not because of certain other reasons, then that becomes a problem. And similarly, if Congress says we won because of this and not because of that, then that becomes a problem.
No, it becomes a whole host of factors. Shekhar, come in. Mr. Antony, just coming back to you. Shekhar Vijayan, 119 to 7-1. We are at 11:30 now. Okay, it still could change. It's not a thumping win. It's not a sweep, but a win is a win. Whether you win by 2 seats or 20 seats, a win is a win. You get to form a government. You get to elect the next or select the next chief minister. So what can the Congress credit? Why can't they say, okay, we gave credit to who we want to give credit to? We think this is why we won.
Yeah, Rishabh, like you said, a win is a win is a win. And, I think, I don't know, BJP should just be gracious about this, that they lost because of their own harikiri. The state leadership was not strong enough. They need to introspect into the reason why they lost. And if you talk about Modi, I think Modi follows the same playbook in all the states where the BJP has been winning. So this does not affect Modi's chances at all. And knowing Modi as a political juggernaut, I think he will take this very seriously because elections are coming up next year. So, change is always good for any party, but I think Congress also has got big shoes to fill. They need to make sure they they bolster the confidence of the voters, because people are also expecting a lot. If there's change which is happening in Bangalore or in Karnataka, people are expecting that change to happen, to things to look really better. So this is obviously, I think it's good for everybody, but I believe BJP has to introspect. The state leadership has to look into what went wrong. And knowing Modi, the leader, I think he will come back really strong, because as we talk, he's right now doing a roadshow somewhere in MP or Rajasthan. So
yeah, he was,
I think he's on to his next.
In Rajasthan. Okay, let me get Mr. Datta in there, because then Dr. Datta, who becomes Chief Minister now? Okay, do you do then a generation change in the Congress and say, okay, Siddaramaiah has had his chance, DK Shivkumar, who has been a linchpin for a long period of time, he should now get a shot, regardless of what faction, this faction, that faction. DKS's time.
Well, I don't know what is the latest trend in the constituency of DK Shivkumar ji. As far as my information goes, I think he's trailing still. So in case if he trails and finally if he loses, then it is going to be very difficult for DK Shivkumar. But if DK Shivkumar finally makes it, then it is going to be difficult for Siddaramaiah, because DK Shivkumar is the person who got the purse for the Congress party. You know, we should not forget this. And the amount of money which DK Shivkumar had pumped into the campaigning of Congress party, and especially during the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Shriman Rahul ji, these are important factors.
Okay, well, that part is speculative. Has he been an important linchpin of the Congress party in these matters? Yes, for sure. What he got where, we don't know. That is speculative. But yes, I'll just find out. I think he's ahead, if I'm not mistaken. Just stay with me, Mr. Anthony, your colleague Charan Singh Sapra joining us on the broadcast. Ms. Sapra, good morning to you, and yes, it is still a morning. Are you still a little bit nervous, sir? I know the Bhangra has already happened in Akbar Road or Janpat, or one of the places we were watching the visuals, and the firecrackers have been going off. But it's now 117. Are you little bit troubled that, okay, let's wait another hour?
Should be in trouble. The Karnataka people have given a clear verdict. The double engine has been shown a red flag. The double engine has been derailed by the people of Karnataka, and Congress will get a comfortable majority over here. You just wait for another 1.5 hours and we'll cross around 125, 130 seats.
Okay.
So I don't see that Congress has to look behind. And the juggernaut of BJP has been stopped. The entry for BJP in the south, Karnataka is always mentioned as a gateway towards south for BJP. But that gates have been closed by the people of Karnataka. They have given a clear verdict, and they have stopped the 40% commission Sarkara.
Okay. Who do you credit for this? Should we credit Mr. Siddaramaiah, who's been a veteran leader, DK Shivkumar, who's your KPCC president? Should we credit Rahul ji, Sonia ji? Who takes the credit for it?
See, I feel Congress party believes in collectiveness, the collective strategy which we planned. Also the Bharat Jodo Yatra of Shri Rahul Gandhi, which was for around 19 days in Karnataka. And the way we have seen that lakhs of people were joining Shri Rahul Gandhi over there, the entire momentum actually started from that Bharat Jodo Yatra. And of course, the state leaders have put in a lot. They have strategized properly. They have chosen the issues of people, and effectively they have seen that the issues of Congress party, the 5 promises, they percolate down towards the people of Karnataka. They have reached to people. People understood that whatever Narendra Modi or Amit Shah or JP Nadda they are talking, they are not talking on the real issues at the grassroots level. Whereas Congress party is talking about the issues of people. Hence, they have supported Congress party.
Let me ask you then. I know post facto it's an academic question, but it is an interesting one and an important one. There was a lesson, sir, in Himachal Pradesh, where a couple of issues you picked, at least regarding government employees, their pensions, their dearness allowances, etc., did resonate. And it might have been a marginal victory, but again, a win is a win. Here also, it might be a marginal victory, but a win is a win. And we've at least seen the Congress trying that, okay, here are our 5 promises, a different strategy in terms of campaigning, that we are going to, do more door-to-door campaigning, better organization. I know all parties have some infighting, but at least the infighting has not been very public this time around. So you just got your game together a little bit better. What confidence is that giving you for the next round, sir? Because in places like Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, it's been more complicated.
No, I don't think so that it is complicated in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh or Chhattisgarh. The example of Himachal Pradesh or the Karnataka example will be followed by the leaders in Rajasthan also and in Madhya Pradesh also. And I feel the senior leaders in both the states, what you are trying to point out, I am trying to understand that the senior leaders of those states will understand that primarily we need the party to win. Later on, we can see who goes ahead and who stays back and what are the options, permutation, combinations can be worked out. But initially, the party has to win, and the BJP, if it is not stopped now, then we won't be able to stop them in 2024 also.
Okay. Ms. Sapra, thanks very much for joining us. Your colleague, of course, is already sitting with us. Thank you. And it's still a bit careful, sir. It's 116, so you are confident will cross 120, and that, of course, 120 will form a stable government. But it's a bit touch and go now. We don't know. We'll take a couple of hours. But in a preliminary sense, at least the BJP is not emerging the single largest party in forming the government on its own. So we'll take it from that point of view as a congratulations to your performance in Karnataka. Let me quickly take the opportunity of bringing in Kapil is joining us on the broadcast here. Kapil, what do you make of the numbers? At one point of time, about 9:30 in the morning, it seemed Congress all the way. It become a bit closer. We don't know how it goes. It's still flipping around a bit.
Well, I don't see, we have any kind of confusion here. The trend is very, very clear. And, after 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hours, the results will solidify. I think this number is going to increase because if you look at the vote share, the vote share has increased significantly. There's a vote share increase of about 6 to 7% insofar as the Congress is concerned. So I don't think that, this is going to get any further in the south direction. The only way it can go is the up north.
Okay. By up north, you mean the Congress is going to head past 120?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, so you're expecting Congress to head past 120.
Yes.
Now, I've been doing whatever live mathematics that I can do and we are still at about 5 seats which the Congress is still leading, which are under 1,000 votes. So they can still go down -5. They've gone down -1 from where we were. On the other hand, they can gain 4. So they can go up to 121. So the range is now 112 to 121 is according to my rough calculations. Let me just inform you that meanwhile other seats are now being called. So the Election Commission has called Lakshman Savadi, the BJP rebel who joined the Congress, has won from Athani. That seat result has been declared now. So there are some of the seats that are close, so they're not going to move. JDS has won Hassan. That's been closed. KJ George is the biggest winner today in terms of margin. He's won from Sarvananagar in Bangalore. So KJ George has thumped it. So these 4 seats have already been announced. Meanwhile, in Gokak, Ramesh Jarkioli of the BJP has taken the lead, which is interesting. And he's been leading for the past half an hour. So we're expecting that seat to be called also. Okay, interesting developments happening as we speak. Let me quickly get Joyita Basu before I get Mr. Anthony back in. Joyita, I mean, now does it matter? Can I take a break? Can we go have lunch, or do we have to suddenly come back and we'll be surprised what happened?
No, I think we can take a break, Rishabh.
So it holds. So it's around that 118, 119 mark. Good enough.
It's going to hold. I think it's going to hold. But at the same time, I mean, the cushion, I mean, the Congress still doesn't have that cushion. If it is 118, 6 seats, that's not good enough. They should ideally cross at least 125, 130 would be very good.
So should they snub HDK right now, or should they still try to bring him into government?
I think they would prefer, it's better to have HDK, I mean, as an outside support, because otherwise,
in lieu of what?
The thing is,
off the table favors, because if you outside support, ladies and gentlemen, means that he doesn't get, or his party members don't get seat in cabinet.
The thing is that I don't think they will be willing to, considering they have got a clear majority and it looks like it's going to hold. I don't think that they will be, but I'm certain there are other things that can be decided. I mean,
okay, yeah, no, you can have other handshakes that can happen in politics. Everything is an open question. The BJP can be okay. Would the BJP be tempted? Let's not. It's not like they last time around the government was stable. It's not like the BJP doesn't like to delve into troubled waters. Would they be tempted, or would they say, okay, we lost, we sit in the opposition?
I think the BJP needs to now start, formalizing its strategy for the 2024 elections.
Okay, so maybe sit in opposition. Maybe that suits you.
Yeah, whether they should actually maybe strike up some kind of a quote unquote alliance with the JDS or not.
Well, the JDS are down, but they are not out.
No, they are not at all out. So that is what we were talking about. Throughout we were told that it is going to be a two-party election. Yeah. It didn't turn out to be like that.
No, they are down, but they are not out.
Yeah, initially
another 3 seats here and there, and they would have been the kingmakers again.
You see, initially when the initial trends were coming in, JDS numbers were really down, and that is why Congress was up above, say, 130, 136. Yeah. And once JDS started doing better, the Congress numbers came down. So JDS, you cannot write off.
As things stand, the Congress is 119. The BJP slipped to 73. 73 is 31 below last time. So minus 31 from where the 2018 figure was. Dr. Datta is still here. Dr. Datta, doesn't make any sense. Any temptation for the Congress? A majority of 5 or 6 should be good enough. It's not a majority of 1. So should be good enough. Would they be tempted to do something with the JDS just to to strengthen their numbers?
Well, the way the trends are, it seems that it will be a clear Congress government, in my understanding, if nothing happens in the post-lunch session as such. But as I said earlier, also that it's going to be a photo finish. So let's wait and watch. I would not also rule out an alliance between Janata Dal Secular and Bharatiya Janata Party for 2024 election.
Okay.
And if that happens, that would be a very sensible thing for the central leadership.
Why would it be useful to H.D. Kumaraswamy to be an alliance with the BJP?
Is it going to be useful for Kumaraswamy to go along with Congress? I don't think so, because the vote share and the vote bank is very similar, the Congress Party vote bank and the Janata Dal Secular vote bank.
All right, that's a bit speculative into the future. Lot can change in politics in 10 months and the elections are about 10 months away. Okay, let me get Mr. Antony back into this conversation. Mr. Antony, the obvious next question becomes is that if you are comfortable and it looks like you are forming a government comfortably in Karnataka, we don't know, it could still change. I'm putting the caveat out there. But if you are comfortable, what are the next steps? Do we see a generation change for your party in Karnataka? Do we see the former Chief Minister come back?
Rishabh, let the results come out finally, because we feel that we are forming the government, but numbers are numbers and declarations are declarations. So let's have the final declaration from the Election Commission on who has the numbers. After that, the central leadership, the High Command and the local leadership will take a collective call on this, on the leadership part of it. And as said, that we are warming up, and the only message which we are leaving to the entire country is that Congress is showing the hunger. We are hungry to come back to the governance, to bring good governance to the people, fair governance to the people, to bring back the secular values of this country. So we are not stopping by here. We are not going to sit on the laurels. We are just going to be even more aggressive, even more hungry to win.
Okay. I think we will. Yeah. Sorry, we lost you for a second. Finish your thought.
We are staying hungry. We are aggressive in our efforts to win the state governments and then to run for the 2024.
Okay. Well, when you win, all the reasons for your victory, and if you lose, all the reasons for your defeat all add up, and that's how it goes. So let me get Kapil into this. Kapil, now depending on who you like and who you don't like, some will say no, it is because Rahul Gandhi, did this yatra and he spent so much time in Karnataka when the world was laughing at him that the elections are happening in Punjab. What are you doing in Karnataka? Well, this is why. Okay, so he's the genius. Others will say no, DK Shiv Kumar, come on, he's the genius. He got it all sorted out by getting the party organization right, because the weakest link of the Congress has been party organization. Others will say no, it was the gravitas Siddaramaiah. Yet others, Kapil, will say no, this was the BJP's to lose. BJP mucked it up in terms of the past 1 or 2 years, and the Congress just got lucky. Which of those 4 bastions do you fall into?
So I feel that the people of Karnataka have voted for the real issues. Corruption was one of the major issues in Karnataka, and I think the message of the Congress party during its campaign resonated with the voters in Karnataka. And honestly, when I was hearing the Prime Minister, I couldn't find any kind of plausible defense, because rather than countering the real issues, rather than pitching the work that BJP government has done in the last 5 years, Prime Minister Modi made it more of a personal issue there. Remember when he talked about 91 abuses, it looked to me that he subtly wants to indirectly wants to hint the people of Karnataka about Rahul Gandhi's disqualification. So I feel that this is an election where the people have voted for the real issues. The issue of corruption was one of the major factor. The 5 guarantees that Congress party made it to the people resonated, and it's a collective effort.
Let me make an effort to keep people updated. That's my collective effort. What you're seeing on the top of your screens there is DK Shiv Kumar doing a gathering of now to be future MLAs at his residence. Now, you can argue that this show of strength is being done as a reminder to the BJP that don't you fish around, no way, Jose, not this time around. Or you can argue that this is a point of strength being shown to his own party colleagues, that guys, these are all with me, okay, so I'm obviously the chief minister. You can argue both ways. Joyita, which way is this? This is for BJP's sake, or this is for Siddaramaia's sake, or MB Patil's sake, or Kharge's sake?
I think it's a toss-up. Rishabh.
All of the above. There's a fifth option there. All of the above.
All of the above, I would say.
Okay, Dr. Datta.
Well, I think it is a very clear cut and a very two-way message as such. One is, of course, like BJP should stay away from resort politics. That's one. The second is definitely it is a message for Sitaramaiah as well as for Kharge. And just wait and watch, and if there is little bit of a toppling this side, that side in the post-election scenario, and if Sitaramaiah and Kharge tries to be over smart, then probably DK Shiv Kumar will.
Mr. Antony, I have to ask you this. I know this is slightly above the pay grade, so I sympathize, but I have to ask you this. I mean, Mr. Siddaramaiah already announced a retirement from electoral politics just a few weeks ago. Mr. Kharge is already party president and is of a certain age. The chief minister has to be DK Shiv Kumar. No, can't be anybody else.
I think
Rishabh, do you expect me to answer that?
No, I don't. So I put a caveat out there, but I'm still going to ask.
So that's a decision which has to be taken collectively. On DK Shiv Kumar meeting the MLAs, he has all the authority to do so because he's the KPCC president. So there can be consultations. You need not have to read much beyond that one. So that's the way we should see it. That's what I would say about it.
Okay, all right. Okay, just stay with me, sir. Let me. Yeah, quickly, Joyita. Then I have another guest joining us. Yes.
I mean, I have a just line. The Nataka in Karnataka begins now.
Okay, Joyita, that one's been used before. It's not the first time.
We were talking about before elections, but I think the Nataka begins now. Now that Congress is going to be in government, let's see what happens in the Congress.
All right. Well, it's the day for the Congress to have a relief rally, as they say in the stock markets when everything else going down. They had one certainly for sure in Himachal. A win is a win, and Karnataka, well, it's 1-1 now. Anything above 120 is a solid win. It's not a thumping sweep, but for sure is a solid win. Neeraj Dangi joining us on the broadcast. He's a member of the Rajya Sabha from the Congress from Rajasthan. Dangi ji, appreciate your time, and obviously a good day, something to cheer about, something to be happy about. How are you feeling at this point of time, sir? It's been a bit touch and go. Are you confident that 120 plus holds?
Yeah, thank you so much. We were confident that we'll get 120 plus, and that is what the results are showing. One side, the Congress is going towards the victory, and very soon we are going to form our government and the chief minister.
Okay, Mr. Dangi, then I have to ask you the obvious question. There are a whole host of factors that attribute a defeat, and a whole host of factors that attribute a win. A win is a win, however close the fight might have been. At this point of time, what do you think was the X factor or contribution of factors?
It's basically, I will give the major contribution to the Bharat Jodo Yatra first of all, and the efforts of the Congress workers and the Congress leaders who worked in the Karnataka. They worked very hard, and I think it's all our leadership, Rahul Gandhi ji, Sonia Gandhi ji, Priyanka ji, and Kharge Sahab who came forward for the campaign for Karnataka. All of them, like the credit goes to all of them, and the factor which was like prevailing there was it was like the Bajrang Dal issue which BJP raised over there. Like the people want peace and harmony all over the country. That prevailed in this election, and the people like the anti-incumbency, first of all, against the BJP and the Chief Minister, it was there. It was seen clearly, and the way we have come out, the Congress party as a whole, I think it's a victory of the public over there, like in the Karnataka, who were willing to step down BJP, and they wanted to vote for the Congress party.
Okay. If you are saying, sir, that at least in part the credit should go to Rahul Gandhi and the Bharat Jodo Yatra, which of course began here, didn't begin here, but it spent 20 days in Karnataka when elections were actually happening in Punjab and Himachal, and people were wondering then, if he got something right this time with this Yatra, what was going wrong earlier when the performance was not so good? What has changed in Rahul Gandhi's approach which you think has worked better this time?
Actually, the Bharat Jodo Yatra was to unite the Indian system, Indian culture, Indian creed. It was against this BJP's price hike. Mehengai was the issue, and the foremost, like the people, they wanted peace and harmony. That was there. It was seen there, and the motto behind it, that the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi ji was totally a non-political move by Congress party, especially Rahul Gandhi ji. It was appreciated by whole of the country. It was appreciated outside the country also, throughout the world, I think, and many people joined it irrespective of the political system. Non-political people also joined this yatra, and I think the way Rahul ji gave the message to whole of the country that they want Bhaichara, united India, that was the main reason, and the way it was against the step which was taken by the BJP government, the step which was taken against Rahul Gandhi, the sentence which was given. It's like in 162 years of our country's pre-independence and post-independence, never on this rule. A sentence of 2 years was given.
I just had a quick follow-up question, sir, because
nobody appreciated it.
Because of course it's been a few notable wins, in the past 9 years. Some of them have reversed. The one notable win in Punjab, of course, is reversed now. It's gone the way of a third party. But if there are certain things that you have to get right and the certain things that your opposing party has to get wrong, what is the combination of factors? I asked you about Rahul Gandhi, but what is the combination of factors in terms of approach, in the change of campaigning style, doing more door-to-door, more local issues, less Rafale? How much? What made the difference, you feel?
I think I was there in the screening committee also of the Congress party, and the way we selected the candidates without any, it was consensus with all the party leaders, both the senior leaders, Siddaramaiah ji, DK Shivakumar ji, and the other leaders, G Parameshwar ji, MB Patil ji, and BK Prasad. Everybody was there, and it was like the chairman Mohan Prakash ji and General Secretary in charge, Randeep Surjewala ji, everybody was there in that committee, and the committee, without any prejudice, without any conflict, it was with a consensus. We declared the seats around 175 seats which were declared before the last date of the nomination. It was before.
So you're saying you are better organized, more united. All right. Those are good things for a political party. Before I know time is short, sir, and I have to ask you an obvious last question before I let you go. Things in Rajasthan, your home state, have been a bit complicated, sir. You know what the complications are. How hopeful are you that those will get resolved that Rajasthan does not become a debacle where Karnataka was the feather in the cap.
Rajasthan, if we talk about the Rajasthan, I'll speak in Hindi for that because the Rajasthani people will understand more Hindi. I think राजस्थान में जिस तरह की हालात हैं, राजस्थान के अंदर ये पहला मर्तबा होगा कि जब लंबे समय से हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि एक ट्रेंड राजस्थान में चलता है, जब एंटी इनकम्बेंसी फैक्टर्स काउंट होने लगते हैं, 3 साल की सरकार काम करने लगती है, 3-3.5 साल के बाद में जब सार्वजनिक स्थलों पर हम लोग देखते हैं तो ये देखा जाता है कि राजस्थान के अंदर सरकार के विरोध में बातचीत शुरू हो जाती है, एक डिस्कशन शुरू हो जाता है, लेकिन इस बार ऐसा देखने को नहीं मिला है। राजस्थान के अंदर जिस प्रकार की स्कीम्स मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत जी ने दी हैं और राजस्थान की इन स्कीम्स को कर्नाटक में लागू करने के लिए जब मुख्यमंत्री वहां पधारे थे कर्नाटक कैंपेन के लिए, वहां भी उन स्कीम्स की डिमांड हुई कि राजस्थान के जैसा कर्नाटक चाहिए। तो मैं समझता हूं कि राजस्थान की स्कीम्स को पूरे देश के अंदर सराहना उनकी की गई है और आने वाले समय में राजस्थान के अंदर
for the Congress party on this matter, because as you know the campaign for Rajasthan is well and truly already begun. Regardless, many congratulations on what looks at this point of time a majority government for the Congress party in a single party term in Karnataka. Things might go up and down a couple of numbers, but that's what it looks like right now. And many good wishes and good tidings for a well-fought campaign to you and your party, sir.
Definitely, Karnataka will be the gateway to the 224 union election for.
Okay, well, that's going to be a fun contest, and we'll be right there with us. Before I take a break, let me quickly touch base with my colleague Jayaprakash, who's on the ground. JP, it's still touch and go. I mean, it's 118. 3-4 makes it good enough. What's the situation on the ground? I think lobbying for being who's going to become chief minister has already begun.
Well, the Congress has more or less crossed the first hurdle to get that number, to muster that number, cross the 113 margin, which looks like it because it's a definite trend that we're looking at, 118 to 122. And right now I am outside DK Shivkumar's residence. If I can ask my camera person to just go and show the scenes out there. Many of these leaders of the Congress party have huddled there. DK Shivkumar, of course, he's on the first floor of the house, and he's accompanied by his brother DK Suresh. He is a parliamentarian from Ramnagara, and then he's got Ravi, he's a cousin and MLC, and his close media team, the social media team, and also his close aides, Raghu, amongst others. Well, just one picture was given to the media just a while ago, and the strategy from here on for the next hurdle for DK Shivkumar begins, Rishabh. So 122 is what we're looking at. These are definite trends, and they are confident that they might touch even 130. Now they are eating into the JDS constituencies, about 8 to 10 of them, predominantly in the regions of Hassan and Mandya. Ramnagara, in fact, the constituency which gave the political future for Kumaraswamy, from where he was elected and was made the chief minister in 2006, and again in the last 2018 elections too, he had given that seat to his son Nikhil, who is now trailing. So the Congress is in fact expanding its footprints in the Okaliga bastion. So that one factor that we were talking about, whether DK Shivkumar will emerge as an alternate Okaliga face in the state, in the old Mysore region, is coming to true. If they take away Ramnagara, that's going to be a big blow for the JDS.
Okay, JP. We've not taken a break in 4 hours, so we're going to take one now for just a minute. The numbers are there at the bottom of your screens. As things stand, it is many of the seats have now been declared. There are many that are still counting and are flipping. Not enough to let the BJP form a government on its own, but certainly the only figure that matters is the one in blue right now. So far, it has remained above that 113 mark for the past several hours.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.